AI Today in 5 for September 23, 2025, the $100 billion. In this podcast, we're going to look at 5 short stories curated by me, Tom Fox, about AI, compliance, risk management, and the greater business world. We'll give you a short 5-minute daily set of stories that you can use to think about how you can use AI in your compliance program going forward. This is one of the most interesting innovations that I have come across in all of my time in compliance. I've written a book, Upping Your Game, about the use of AI and how it will transform compliance, literally starting now and certainly by 2030. $100 billion edition. We begin with that story from the New York Times that NVIDIA will invest $100 billion into OpenAI. The world's most valuable publicly traded company said on Monday it would invest that amount in OpenAI, a deal that will allow the startup behind ChatGPT to use the chipmaker's artificial intelligence semiconductors in its data centers. The investment is part of a wider effort among tech companies to spend hundreds of millions of dollars on AI data centers around the world. Next up, from Bloomberg, it reports that the Gulf states are now using AI investments as a new form of diplomacy. Middle East sovereign wealth funds are evolving from passive investors to strategic architects of the AI economy. This is turning the flow of capital from the Gulf into global tech space, as well as interest into Middle Eastern areas. Next up, from the Financial Times, human agency is the new buzzword. Well, what is human agency and why is it important for you? What is this moment? Well, it is trying to understand the differences between generative AI and artificial generative AI in the world of human computing. So what does all this mean? It's curiouser and curiouser as you try to navigate. Next up, from NBC News, it reports that Nobel Prize laureates and UN General Assembly members are arguing for binding international red lines on AI. This warning that the current trajectory presents unprecedented dangers to the world, and the UN and Nobel laureates want something to be done about it. Next up, from Forbes, AI brings power, but people bring principles. Compliance in the age of AI. Financial institutions are obviously embracing AI to modernize compliance programs and meet the increasing challenges of geographically divergent regulatory complexity. With the ability to put massive data sets, you need to have guardrails around this and human supervision, or what we used to call compliance, to make sure that this all runs both in an appropriately governed format and ethically and in compliance. Fans who subscribe, rated, and or reviewed my latest podcast offering, AI Today in 5, as we hit my requirement for 1,000 in pieces of engagement in August. And so AI Today in 5 will now become a permanent addition to the Compliance Podcast Network. I hope you've enjoyed this podcast because I've learned a lot in reviewing AI and compliance news stories every day, and I hope to be able to continue to communicate them to you. If you've wondered about the use of AI and how stories from pop culture can help you understand some of the compliance challenges, check out Trekking Through Compliance this summer, where I'm going through, of course, all 79 episodes of Star Trek the Original Series, and we have lots of AI-related issues that I talk about, particularly around computers. It's an interesting and unique way to think about the AI challenges that you in compliance have today. So check out Trekking Through Compliance.